morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's actually a good morning for me. Welcome back to A Safe Space for Men. I'm your host, Ryan, here. It's the wee hours of the morning right now. I'm recording this about 5 o'clock. I've been up through the night. I'm headed out to vacation. Like literally after I do this, I'm literally gonna do the edits at the airport and had this ready for y'all next week. Get ready to hang out with the fellas for the weekend for a couple of days. A buddy of mine's about to get married, so we're gonna be headed out to Puerto Rico. So it's gonna be some fun. I'm looking forward to it. A much needed getaway. It's the end of the summer, so it's been a really long summer for me. Long summer for my family. A lot of things have happened. We've had a lot of deaths, which kind of like I had another episode actually set up to do, and this just what was on my heart was just about family, and family matters. So that's what I probably mentioned in the previous episode that top of the year, my uncle had passed away, then my sister-in-law. So my uncle passed away in February. My aunt, which is his wife, she passed away early August. So we literally, that was probably like 2 weeks ago, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, we were all together for her service. Like the middle of August. They had, I think, middle or third week, whatever. I can't remember. I can't really think right now. We were all together. And then 2 days ago, I wake up to a text message from my cousin DJ. About 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm getting up. He sent that to me. I'm getting up from work around 5, 6. That my cousin Marcus had passed away. That he was found dead. And like immediately, like I don't know, like I felt so much emotion. I cried a little bit because like we practically grew up together. We lived in the same neighborhood like our entire childhoods. Even when they moved, like my uncle, they bought a house in a different neighborhood. I was always at the house in the summertime because the pool was right across the street. His younger brother and me were really close growing up, played a lot of basketball together and stuff. And it's just like, I keep saying this to people, life is so quick, life is fast, man. And he literally died basically, you could say on his birthday, but hours before his birthday. He died like 11 o'clock the day before his birthday. He was about to celebrate his 40th birthday. And the reason I was so sad, because like me, he's a father. This dude was an outstanding, he's a really good person. He was an outstanding father, man. He really loved his kids. And he was also my mechanic. So whenever I would see him, whether he was working on my car or I seen him, whatever, at a family function or at a funeral or something, we were always talking like about our kids. And the last time I seen him, it was strange. Like there was so much going on. I was like, hey man, I shook his hand, like, hey, how you doing? How's everything going? And I didn't even pick up on it until like I sat back and thought about it. That like his voice was so tired. He's like, you was just like, working, taking care of these kids, but it was like a little bit different. I'm not saying like that was a sign or anything, but looking back on it, I could tell he was like really exhausted. He had a stroke last year. He had a couple medical issues and things like that. But the biggest thing was he was working like 3 jobs. He was really dedicated to his children, which is an awesome thing. But to go back to like never just you don't want to overwork yourself and stuff like that. But just a really good person. Like I said, it's been a rough year for my family. Just too many deaths, and that's, like I said, that's kind of what like had me like wanting to just be around my cousins and be around my family and just try to enjoy whatever time we have left. Because again, like 40 is young. I'm 37. There's a good chance I've lived half my life already, and just definitely want to just like enjoy your family and do everything you can to be around them while you can. As I get ready to head out on my vacation, so I was up all night. I always pack last minute, and then like I overpack. I'm going for 5 days. I got a suitcase and a carry-on, but my carry-on is really for like my electronics and stuff. And I have big feet, so I always have to have a suitcase to put my shoes and stuff in. But I have like probably, everyone tells me I overpack. I probably have like 5 or 6 outfits, and then I have like, you know, like walk around clothes like ball shirts and stuff like that. Because you never know what you want to wear. You never know what the weather's gonna be like when you get there. So yeah, I'm packed and I'm ready. But I was up all night because I had to. Every time I travel, it's weird. I always had like really crazy anxiety about leaving my kids, even though like they're safe. Like Jordan's gonna be with a sitter, and Gab will be here. Like I just cooked Gab, fried her up a bunch of chicken because that's what she wanted. So I fried her up a bunch of chicken. She's gonna be here in like probably like 2 hours to pick some up for lunch for school, because she stayed at her mom's last night. She told me that. She said, "Fry me some chicken, Dad." I was like, "I got you." And like, but I always just, I don't know, like, it's just, I'm so used to seeing my kids every day. So like the first day, I'm always like a little bummed out because I really do miss my kids, and I like just, I'm so attached to them, which is like crazy. But at the same time, I do need a break. I found myself like over the last couple weeks, like throughout the day, just telling myself like I need a break, just like to go and relax and just like not have any like immediate responsibility, which is what I'm about to have. Like I said, it's 5 a.m. I haven't had no sleep. Something else I did this summer, as I reintroduced Jordan to her mom, which that's been, you know, it was weird, but like, it needed to be done. So, and wherever it goes, like I said, I always tell people like, Jordan mom, she's not a bad person at all. She's really good with my teenagers. But I would just say like she has her struggles with small kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say anything bad about her because she's not like a bad person or anything like that. But there were just, you know, if you know, you know. And I'll leave it at that. But we're gonna see how that goes. Hopefully it goes well. Man, I'm excited for this weekend. I gotta get done with this episode so I can get out of here. So like with each death that happened, you know, when my uncle died, that was sudden, that was unexpected, and it was like a shock. And then, like he was a like a really good person. He was a good dad, good husband, good father, and again, like, and then like I think he was cremated, so like we didn't get to see him, which is fine for me because I like to remember people with an image that I know them in as opposed to like my last image being laying in a box. But each death was like different for me. Like his was a shock and, you know, unexpected. My brother, when his wife died, so my sister-in-law, that was extremely unexpected. It was different though because I'm more involved and it's my brother, and like there's different levels to like grief and like I'm more in a support role there, and I have to like, you know what I mean, when you're like the siblings and you're there, we're there to make sure our brother is strong and he has a shoulder to cry on and so on. So we're not necessarily like able to like process or focus on being sad or anything. And I mean, of course, I'm sorry that she passed away, but I had never met her, which is crazy. And again, this is why back to like family, and we need to spend more time together and just, you know, be around each other. My Emily, when she passed, my Emily, the one thing I loved about her is, you know how you have like different sides of the family and stuff, and you know, you're like, oh, that's my grandma's side, and that's the side she was on. But she was like the aunt that growing up that never made me feel like I was like a different part of the family, or, you know what I mean? And not to say others do, but like when you saw her, she treated everybody like equally. Like when I came in, that's my nephew, that's Delano. That's my middle name, but yeah, that's my nephew. You know what I'm saying? Like I've stayed at her house before. Cookouts, barbecues, like she was such a loving person, and unfortunately she had got sick. She got ALS, and you know, unfortunately it took her out. But she's just an incredible woman, and she was really good to my grandma. My grandma was always on the phone with her. I would come in the house, and like from school, and she used to be on the phone with my and they were really tight. They were really close. And like I said, my cousin, when he passed, I was really sad. I immediately cried. I was like just laying in the bed in shock, and just really hurt. And I really don't understand. Like I am never able to really understand when young people go, especially like he just died like in his sleep. So it wasn't like gun violence or anything like that. Not saying that that's okay, but like when it's like out the blue, and you're like, it's like what the fuck. So as I get older, I understand that family is just more and more important. It's so important to like reach out and to talk to one another and be close and try to spend as much time as we can with each other. I feel really bad for my cousins because again, like they had to bury their mom and their father in the same year, and then now our cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a lot. And I was talking to my cousin Casey, and she let me know they had like another uncle. I think their uncle's wife or something of that nature. They had passed away. It was just like it's a lot. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. Real quick, two things that I do hate when someone dies. So I hate, and I mean it. I really hate, like when you ever be at a funeral, someone dies, and then like you got that family member or someone's just like, oh, death comes in threes. Like motherfucker, like that is not the thing to say at a funeral. Like I don't want to be on guard. Like I don't want to be like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, am I next? You know what I'm saying? Like it's so ignorant. The second thing is I hate when someone dies that people rush to social media to post like pictures of them, like, and I get like we all love our family member and whomever may die, or your friend, or whoever dies, you love that person, but my lord, like, what if, I'm gonna give you an example. What if I died, God forbid, knock on wood, Lord, please get me to Puerto Rico back and safe, amen. But if something happened to me and you guys went and posted online immediately, oh, Ron passed away, I miss him, I'm so sorry, and my kids didn't know, and it happened a lot because my kids follow a lot of people that are on my social media are close, really, like real life friends, and my kids said that they had no idea, and that's how they found out that they lost their father. So I think people need to be a little more sensitive to the fact that, like, give the family time to put that information out, so that that's for the world. But like, I kid you not, I logged into Facebook, and this particularly to my cousin that just passed. Like, I got the text message, and then naturally you log into Facebook because that's kind of like the confirmation. Because I remember he was just posting the day before, so I'm like, I know I just saw him online. So I go online, and like immediately there's like 7 posts of people in my family, people that are friends with him, that I'm friends with, like posting, oh my God, rest in peace, Marcus, da, 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 da. And I'm just like, can you guys, it's been less than like 6 hours. Can we just bring it back a little bit? Like, I feel like a lot of times the need to be first, social media has done this to people, like the need to be first, or the need to be seen, showing love to someone. Like, people are more focused on that. And not saying that the people that posted rest in peace, they didn't have like good intent, but I just know, I see it all the time. People are like, they really want to be first. Oh, and one more thing that I hate, because I've seen this recently, and I've seen it when my uncle passed away. I hate when someone passes away, and someone like takes control of their profile, and they're like posting on behalf of them. It's fucking creepy. I need y'all to know that. Why? Because my Uncle Jeff passed away like, oh my gosh, he's been gone like 7 years. I think 7 years. And I remember his wife, she had his phone, obviously, and was on his phone posting as if she's him, and like making Facebook posts like, I may be gone, but I'm still here, and just like all that, like some really weird demonic shit. She was arguing with his daughter's sister online, like as if she was him, and it was just really fucking demonic. And like to this day, I really like lost all respect for her. I really don't speak to her when I see her. I just keep it moving, because like, what is wrong with you? I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic. it was just disgusting. As far as my family, and I feel like we all can do better, be better. We shouldn't just only be seeing each other at funerals and weddings, even though no one has had a wedding anytime recently, so that'll let you know how often we're seeing each other. I know, like, our work schedules are super busy. I work a lot. Most of my family members work a lot, but I just feel like it's no different than me figuring out a way to make time for this podcast. It takes probably a couple hours of prep. It's probably about an hour of between recording and like shooting a video and then doing edits or whatever. So let's say it probably takes me about in a week. I'm dedicating like 4 to 6 hours in a week to this podcast. I can dedicate 4 to 6 hours a week or a month to put aside to hang out with my family members. So again, I just think we just gotta be better, man. We gotta figure it out. Like, it was our parents that were organizing everything, and they're either old or gone now. And it's kind of up to us. We the old aunties and uncles now, you know what I'm saying? And it's really on us to just like so that the next generation, we gotta set the standard, because right now we're kind of like, and now we're like more texting and stuff and reaching out and we're talking to one another and we're in touch. But before, we were drifting so far apart, it was scary, man. And like I said, my cousin Dom, she had a great idea, and we're after like the funeral and everything, we're gonna try to like, we're not saying anything in the chat anything right now because something serious is going on. But she's like, let's have a game night, and I'm like, that's easy because we can pick a location. All we gotta do is everybody bring a dish or whatever. We order some food. Like, that's really easy. And we can bring our children, like whatever you want to do. Like, there's ways for all of that stuff to work. Because I know everyone doesn't have a sitter. I know everyone doesn't trust everyone with their kids. So, like, that's going to be a good idea. But ultimately, I want to, like, be taking trips with them. I want to be planning outings, doing stuff together. We got Halloween coming up. We can take the kids to the pumpkin patch, and pick pumpkins, do whatever, a maze, whatever that horror stuff is that you do, all that stuff. So, I feel like we got nothing but time and opportunity, and I'm just determined. I'm determined for us to start hanging out and doing things together. My big goal is for us to have a family reunion. I don't know when that's going to be. In my mind, I feel like I could pull it off and get everybody together next summer, but I'm being realistic. So I'm going to start talking about it and putting the bug in people's ears, see how they feel about it. But I'll say inside of 2 years. So if not 24 the summer of 25, hopefully, Lord willing, everybody's still here. We can have a family reunion somewhere at a park, whatever, go somewhere, whatever it is, or we do it at somebody's house, anywhere. I just want to be with my people, man. I really, like, I'm just getting older, and I understand, like, that's what it's about. And I'm really interested to try to get everybody together for Thanksgiving. I don't know how that's gonna work, but like, get a hall or something. I mean, like, literally, like, the entire family, because I have a really big family. Because we're like all connected through our great grandfather, and it's ridiculous. It's really a lot of people. Like, I'm talking like hundreds. Like, it's crazy. It takes 2 seconds to text someone. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I do it all the time now. When something like, just like when I got the news of my cousin, just everyone that I knew that was close to him, that I was related to, I texted them just to check on him. Hey, fam, it was a rough day. How you feeling? That's it. They respond or they don't. When they do, I respond back. We have a little bit of dialogue, and then say, I love you, good night, I'm going to bed. You know what I'm saying? But it's just checking in, just letting somebody know that you're available, and that they need to talk. They can talk to you, Because ultimately, again, like, all this stuff is impacting people's mental health. And I mean, this is what, third death for our family this year. I'm pretty sure I have a couple relatives who, like, mentally just like, they're checked out. They're tired, they're exhausted. And believe me, I get it. Something else I did do, I got my Red Bull because like I said, I've been up all night. Excuse me. Something else I did do, and I know it annoys some people, I started a family group chat. 2 of them, one for the iPhones and one for the Androids, because I won't have you making my iPhone chat go green. I refuse. But And some people have left the iPhone chat, which is fine. But the point of that was, like, we're all here, and what I do is, if I'm doing something or I'm looking to do something with my kids, I drop it in the chat. Because normally, so what was happening before, not everyone, but a few people, like I would do something with my kids and I may post it online. They'd be like, "Oh, you should have just let me know you were going this and that, or no invite, this and that." All right, cool. So now I drop it in the chats because now you know where I'm going, you know where I'm going to be at, you know when I'm going to be there, and if you don't show up now, it kind of like it prevents you from being able to say I didn't let you know what I was doing. But it also gives the opportunity to hang out and spend time with one another. Which again is something that I've been talking about pretty much the whole episode. I've been talking about this to my relatives all summer. Hey, we got to spend time together. Hey, we got to spend time together. And we have been this summer. This is probably the most I've seen my family in such a long time without it being funerals. We've had one funeral this summer, but I've seen everyone at least 3 times, 3 or 4 times. And it's it's good. Families made up of all kinds of people. You got your mean uncles, you got the cousin that drinks too much. I'm probably that cousin. You got the relative that gossips too much and tells everyone's business. You have the religious auntie, and that's what a family is. Nobody's perfect. There's different types of people in your family. There's the person that probably thinks they're better than everybody. There's the person that thinks they're smarter than everybody. That's what the makeup of a family is. A bunch of different personalities and a bunch of different people that make up one whole big thing. And that's what we are. We're dysfunctional. We're not perfect. But I love my family, and I think I wouldn't trade my family for nothing. I don't want another family. Because, their imperfections is what I like about them. Nobody's, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but nobody's perfect. So, I love my folks. And again, we have no excuse. Really have no excuse to not hang out, to not be spending time with each other, and anybody. And this is just in general. This is anybody and anybody's family. If you are not spending, if you have a big family or you have a family that you were brought up in and you were spending time with them and it just went away, just reach out to your relatives, man, because like I said, life is short. We don't know when we're gonna go. This summer, what's the things we did? This summer we had Gab's party, which most of my family came out to. Then we had my mom's surprise party, which damn near all my family came to. We did some cookouts. I think 3 cookouts, which was decent. And then of course we had a funeral. And minus the funeral, the other thing, I'm glad I got to see my relatives about 5 times. It was really decent. The other day when my cousin passed away, my cousin Sini called me, and it's crazy. So eventually we'll get past it, but when you get an actual phone call from a relative that doesn't normally call you, like we normally text, I'm always thinking oh shit, who else died? Like that, you immediately think that, what happened? You speak to hello, she's like, hey, Delano, I was just checking to see how you feeling. Oh, I'm sorry. If anybody doesn't know, my family calls me Delano. That's my middle name. No one calls me Ryan. Ryan is Instagram. That's work name. That's my first name. So that's what everybody calls me, on medias and stuff like that. And on social media and everything. So she's like, Delano, I was just calling to check on you. It was a rough day, see how everything was going. And I thought that was so decent. I really appreciated her calling to reach out to just check. She's like, I'm doing my rounds. I'm calling everybody. And that actually reminds me of her mom, Emily, because that's something that she would do. So the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. But yeah, I really appreciated it. Again, my message today is just family. Family isn't perfect, man, but it's important. Life is quick. Loving your people while you can and use the time that we have left. To my family, I love you all. I really do. Even the ones that get on my nerves, even the ones that when you walk in the room, I know you coming to tell me somebody's business that I don't give two what's about. And to my family that just actually just shows up and just wants to have a good time, I love you as well. And I look forward to us spending more time together, hanging out more, and just growing old together. This is a pretty quick episode compared to the others, but it was just on my heart to just, I really wanted to talk about my family and talk about the things that's been going on because, like I said, it's been a rough week. It really has. It's been a rough year, but this week was kind of like, I think for everybody, we were just all tired. My sister texted me, my cousin, like everyone, we was all texting each other, and it's just, we all in shock because of how old he was, the type of person he was, and this, again, for me as a father, I can never imagine having to leave my kids, man. Like, not that young. Yeah, he has young children, and like they're gonna know him, but they're not gonna get to grow up with their father. And it breaks my heart, you know. Today I'm plugging Talisa, my girl Talisa. She's actually, we went to high school together, so I've known her, good gosh, about 20 or over 20 years. We graduated 04. I'm not sure which year I met her, but it was somewhere between 2001 and 2004. But yeah, I've known her about 20 years. She has a podcast, a really good podcast that I enjoy listening to. It's called And One More Thing. You can find her on Instagram at and1more_thing on IG. That's ANDONEMORE_thing, THING. She's also an author of a book called Dear Daughter, which it's about exactly what it says. It's about her. I believe it's to her daughter. I haven't read it yet, so don't come into Lisa, please. Got a lot going on. I got a million books behind me. It's actually an ebook, but and she's also a certified life coach. She is a 2-time cancer survivor. 2-time. God bless her. And she's also a future guest because I'm actually going to have her on here. We've talked about it. We actually have a lot of dialogue. We talk a lot. We like bounce. I bounce ideas off everybody. But she was also one of the. I think I told like 4 people that I was going to start a podcast. It was Shakira. It was her. I can't remember the other 2. I've been up over 24 hours. And she was so excited when I told her, like, hey, I want to start a podcast. This is what I want it to be about. I feel like nobody speaks up for men. No one talks. Everyone, all it is women. And we, or you have women just bashing men and saying we're no good and, whatever. And she was just like, because she knows a lot of things that I've been through and, some of my business. So she understood where I was coming from. But yeah, she's a really good friend. She's an outstanding human being. Follow her, download that podcast, buy her book, let her coach your life. If you are dealing with cancer or have dealt with cancer, I'm pretty sure there's things that you can discuss with her. She can give you advice if you're going through anything. But yeah, reach out to her, man. That's my dog. As for me, you can reach me, Phil Brooks, PHIL_Brooks, BROOKS, Instagram. Also on Instagram, you can reach me at A Safe Space for Men. That's A Safe Space _for men, FORMEN. And like always, please remember to like, subscribe, rate, review, and download the podcast. I'm not sure if I said it at the beginning. If I didn't, I'm saying it now. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I appreciate y'all showing love to me on social media with the podcast. I really do. I had a lot of people reposting. Actually got a lot more attention than I expected to be. I didn't like set out to like, I need all these people. No, I wanted to do something for a really long time, and then I finally got the confidence and got my ass to the microphone and started talking. So again, I appreciate everybody that's been listening and texting me and telling me, because I dropped the first episode. Where are we at now? I dropped the first episode not even a week ago. I don't know when this will air, but I dropped the first episode. Today is Thursday. I dropped the first episode 3 days ago on Labor Day. So I've gotten a lot of people reaching out to me, more than what I could have ever imagined. People that I didn't even know were paying attention. And again, I just appreciate it, man. And if you're somebody or you're a guy that's going through something, or that's something that you want to discuss, I'm always open to having guests. Come on. We can discuss whatever you want to discuss. I definitely want to have more fathers on. I'm just big on dads, and being involved with your kids. That's like I feel like that's my purpose. I tell people all the time. Like I remember my aunt. She was like, I saw her like 2 weeks ago, and she was like telling me like, oh, like you really are a good dad. This and that. And I was just like, honey, I just really feel like I'm living in my purpose, and that's really it. Like I really feel like that's what I was supposed to be a father. I was supposed to be a dad. But look at me. I'm rambling. I'm at over 30 minutes. I didn't want it to go this long. Thanks for your time. I appreciate y'all listening. Until next time, peace.